The meditation techniques taught in this chapter are all based on devotion, or bhakti, as it's called in Sanskrit. Devotion is the last of the 4 basic types of meditation described in the introduction to this course. Devotional meditation is so important that it's often referred to with a special name, Upasana. In the Hindu tradition, various forms of prayer and worship have always been considered essential in spiritual life. Those devotional practices aren't really emphasized by Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and the Upanishads on which Vedanta is based. The teachings of yoga and Vedanta are primarily intended to engage your mind, your intellectual faculties, not your heart, your emotions. Yet, your emotions are extremely powerful. So, in spiritual practice, it makes sense to use not just your intellect, but your emotions as well. In general, devotional practices harness the power and energy of your emotions for the sake of spiritual growth. Upasana, or devotional meditation, is especially useful because it combines meditation and prayer. Its prayerful aspect invokes God's grace, divine blessings that can help you overcome obstacles to meditation, obstacles that make it difficult to discipline your mind and focus your attention. Also, Upasana introduces an entirely new dimension into meditation, a personal relationship and emotional connection with God, with Ishwara, to use the word commonly used in the Hindu tradition. Since that tradition is the source of the teachings of yoga and Vedanta on which this course is based, this chapter on devotional meditation will naturally have a Hindu perspective. If your own religious orientation is different, you might still find that much of the following material is relevant in one way or another to your own tradition. In earlier chapters, we discussed the 8 angas, or limbs of yoga, taught by Patanjali. And we saw that to reach samadhi, absorption, which is the ultimate goal of Patanjali's system, you first have to practice dharana, concentration, and dhyana, meditation. Both dharana and dhyana require a suitable object of meditation, an alambana, on which your attention is focused. Previously, we've discussed focusing your attention on alambanas like sounds, mantras, your breathing, and so on. But here, in the practice of Upasana, the alambana on which you focus your attention is Ishwara. Simply speaking, Upasana is meditation on Ishwara. And according to Patanjali, that very practice can lead you to samadhi. He says, Ishwara pranidhanat, by concentration on Ishwara, samadhi siddhihi, you can become established in samadhi, the state of absorption. Even though samadhi can be reached by meditating on other alambanas, Patanjali shows here the importance of meditating on Ishvara. In the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna teaches Arjuna how to meditate. There, he prescribes a particular alambana, a special object of meditation on which Arjuna should focus his attention. Sri Krishna says, Mana samyamya, after restraining your mind, yukta asita, you should remain concentrated in meditation. Mat chitto, with your mind fixed on me. Mat paraha, with your attention focused on me. Here, Arjuna is told to meditate on Sri Krishna himself. Of course, Sri Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu, an aspect of Ishwara. Hinduism recognizes many forms in which you can pray to Ishwara, forms like Shiva, Lakshmi, and Ganesha, as well as natural forms like Surya, the sun, Agni, fire, sacred rivers like the Ganges, and sacred mountains like Arunachala. Some people become strongly connected to one particular form, which becomes the focal point of their prayer life. That favorite form is called Ishta Devata, literally, your chosen form of God. Arjuna's Ishta Devata happened to be Sri Krishna. That's why he was told to meditate on Krishna. When you practice Upasana, you should similarly meditate on your own Ishta Devata. If you're not especially drawn to any particular form of Ishvara, you can meditate on any form that appeals to you. All devotional practices, including prayer, worship, and upasana, depend on developing a personal relationship and deep emotional connection with Ishvara. Someone who develops this deep connection is called a bhakta, a devotee. Every bhakta develops his or her own unique relationship with Ishvara. Those relationships are based on personal feelings, not on philosophical truths. So there's no right or wrong relationship. Your emotional connection will depend on your own inclinations. Scriptural stories about famous saints describe them as having a wide range of feelings, moods, and attitudes towards Ishvara. In general, relationships with Ishvara fall into two broad categories: Ishwarya, majesty, and Madhurya, sweetness. Ishwarya describes a relationship in which you appreciate the magnificence of the all-pervasive, all-powerful, all-knowing God of the universe. Madhurya, on the other hand, describes a tender, loving, intimate relationship with Ishvara who loves, nurtures, and protects you at all times. Your practice of Upasana can be based on either or both of these relationships. It's entirely up to you. Even if you understand that Ishvara is all-pervasive and ever-present, you probably don't feel that divine presence constantly throughout the day. The practice of Upasana can help you better appreciate Ishvara's divine presence and deepen your sense of emotional intimacy. That sense of intimacy can be a source of great comfort and support. Like when you share your joys and troubles with close friends and family members. By sharing your troubles, your burdens are lightened. And by sharing your joys, your happiness is magnified. The same is true when you share your joys and troubles with Ishvara in the practice of Upasana. The great Bengali poet Rabindranath Tagore expressed this wonderfully in a beautiful poem. "Accept me, my Lord, accept me for this while. Let those orphan days that passed without thee be forgotten. Only spread this little moment wide across thy lap, holding it under thy light. I have wandered in pursuit of voices that drew me, yet led me nowhere. Now let me sit in peace and listen to thy words in the soul of my silence." Do not turn away thy face from my heart's dark secrets, but burn them till they are alight with thy fire. Tagore nicely describes the practice of Upasana with the line, "Now let me sit in peace and listen to thy words in the soul of my silence." Instead of praying to Ishwara for help with your problems, you can just sit quietly in meditation, feeling Ishwara's sacred, loving presence. When you're with loved ones, you feel loved even if they don't say anything. When you were a child, lying in bed at night, just knowing that your parents were nearby made you feel safe and loved. Similarly, with your eyes closed and without praying for anything, you can feel Ishwara's loving presence in the practice of Upasana. It's easier to feel Ishwara's divine presence when your mind is quiet. We've already discussed several meditation techniques that can quiet your mind. But for the practice of Upasana, the most suitable is probably mantra japa, especially since mantras are prayers. For your personal practice of Upasana, it's best if you choose a mantra addressed to your Ishta Devata, your chosen form of God. In the next exercise, we'll use a mantra that's not addressed to a particular form of God, but to God in general. Like Ishwara, the word Isha also means God, and the mantra we'll use is Om Ishaya Namaha. Salutations to God. For this exercise, it's best if you sit in a place that's suitable for meditation. You can listen to this exercise using a laptop computer, a tablet, or a mobile device like your phone. This exercise is also available as a podcast or download from our website using the links in the video description below. I hope you are now seated comfortably in a suitable place. This exercise will take about 10 minutes. First, sit with a proper posture, as we discussed before. Close your eyes gently and take a deep breath to get settled down. Now, make a sankalpa to affirm your intention and commitment to meditate. Acknowledge the fact that you have many unfulfilled responsibilities and issues that need to be addressed. Since you don't want to be distracted by those things during this meditation, you can give yourself permission to set all those concerns aside just for the next 10 minutes. Next, we'll perform the progressive relaxation exercise, like in previous lessons. Start by turning your attention to your feet. Become aware of sensations there. Notice a sense of pressure as your feet press down. Notice the touch of your clothing and feelings of warmth or coolness. Now, become aware of any tension that might be held in the muscles of your feet, and let go of that tension. Allow those muscles to relax completely. Next, turn your attention to your ankles and calves. Notice sensations of pressure, the touch of your clothing, warmth or coolness. Become aware of any tension held in the muscles of your ankles and calves, and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to your knees and thighs. Notice the weight of your hands or arms where they rest. Notice any other sensations. Become aware of any tension held in your knees and thighs, and let go of that tension completely. Next, turn to the trunk of your body. Feel the weight of your body pressing down. Feel the firmness of the seat beneath you. Let go of any tension. Next, turn to your lower back and stomach together. Become aware of sensations. Let go of any tension. Now, turn to your upper back and chest. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Now, your shoulders, arms, and hands. Become aware of sensations and let go of any tension. Finally, your neck, face, the muscles around your eyes, at your temples, and across your forehead. Let go of any tension. Now, we'll chant the mantra, Om Ishaya Namaha, salutations to God. Chant silently as you listen to me. Allow the mantra's sound and meaning to invoke in your heart the feeling of Ishwara's divine, loving presence. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Now, for the next minute or so, continue chanting the mantra silently without me, and allow yourself to feel Ishwara's divine, loving presence in the soul of your silence, as Tagore said. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Om Ishaya Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Again, for the next minute or so, continue chanting the mantra silently, without me, and allow yourself to feel Ishwara's divine, loving presence in the soul of your silence. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 For one more minute before we conclude, continue chanting the mantra silently without me, and allow yourself to feel Ishvara's divine, loving presence in the soul of your silence. Now, as we conclude this exercise, just listen to these closing remarks. You can practice this technique whenever you want, listening to this exercise again or without it. If you practice it independently, you can use any mantra you like and recite it silently. In the next lesson, we'll discuss the use of visualization in Upasana.